Hello students, welcome to Royal Palace online classes. In this lecture, let us discuss about LC oscillations. What are LC oscillations? Here the word oscillation indicates that some physical quantity is varying with respect to time. This you already studied mechanical oscillations in your first year PUC. In mechanical oscillations, what happens is displacement will vary. So if you go back to your first year and remember what happened actually, the foot of the perpendicular drawn onto the diameter of a body which is revolving in circle will execute one oscillation. That type of oscillation we call it as simple harmonic motion. There we calculated the displacement value, displacement of this foot of the perpendicular, we calculated as y is equal to a sin omega t, a sin omega t. It is starting from origin. So here what is oscillating? Displacement is oscillating. Displacement is changing with respect to time. At time t is equal to 0, displacement was 0. Like that displacement is varying. So in LC oscillation is similar to this kind of oscillation, but in this one physical quantity will vary with time. Let us find what is varying with time. So for that let us connect an inductor to a capacitor, connect it to a capacitor. This capacitor is already charged to a potential difference V having a charge Q naught. I already took a capacitor which is already charged, which connected to the battery. I charged it, then I connected one inductor to that capacitor. Here we will consider idealistic situation. Inductor is ideal without resistance, we will feel. Now you already know in capacitors, capacitor acts like a temporary battery. When you connect it to a wire, if it is already charged and you connect it to a wire, it acts like a temporary battery. So it is acting like temporary battery now. Capacitor starts discharging. Capacitor starts discharging. This is Q naught. It starts discharging, means it starts giving current. It starts giving current. Now what is the function of inductor now? Inductor I already explained. Inductor opposes the change of current. If it opposes the growing current, it decreases the growing current, increases the decreasing current. It always opposing according to Lenz's law. So now inductor what it will do? It starts opposing. So it starts opposing. So it develops some charge and it in this EMF is developed and it starts opposing it. Now slowly what happens? Charge instead of Q naught it reaches to Q. Some current is flowing across the inductor like this, across the inductor of inductance L. Now initially the energy was associated only with capacitor, that is Q naught square by 2C. Now that is some part of charge decreased to Q, that led to the flow of current in this, and inductor starts opposing. Even though it is opposing, it acts like electrical inertia. The total charge which is present in capacitor falls to 0. It falls to 0. Now after next step what happens? Total charge which is present in the capacitor, it reaches to 0. Charge has become 0. Charge has become 0. Now what happens? Charge has become 0. Capacitor is connected to inductor. All the energy is associated with inductor only. Now inductor starts charging the capacitor. Now next step what it will do, inductor starts charging the capacitor. Now inductor starts charging the capacitor. Inductor starts charging the capacitor now. Its charge was 0, now charge reaches to Q, again it reaches to Q naught. Again it reaches to Q naught. Reached maximum. Again current reaches to 0. Current starts, see, inductor, the function of inductor is always it opposes the change of current. Now first current was growing, inductor opposed and it has taken all the current. Afterwards what happened, capacitor is connected to inductor which is carrying current I, then inductor starts charging the capacitor, it starts charging the capacitor. So when it starts charging the capacitor, again it reaches to Q naught. So from where we started, from Q naught to Q naught we reach. That means energy, first energy here it is only with capacitor, that is Q naught square by 2C. Afterwards energy is associated with half Li square now plus Q square by 2C. Afterwards both are having energy. After some time this energy is 0 and only this energy is left, half Li naught square. Once it reaches maximum current, it reaches maximum current. Then afterwards again here both will have energy, half Li square plus Q square by 2C. After some time what happens, charge reaches to Q naught square by 2C. Now current becomes 0. So that means here what is oscillating here, which physical quantity is changing here, that means energy. First energy is associated with capacitor converted to inductor, energy associated with inductor is converted to capacitor. So this cycle continues, and this kind of oscillations are called LC oscillations. And for this we can derive one formula. If you apply Kirchhoff's loop for this loop, any one loop you take and apply Kirchhoff's loop, then what you will get, this I will take it as positive, this I will take it as negative, having a charge Q naught, I will apply Kirchhoff's loop. The direction of loop selected is like this, going from negative plate of the capacitor to positive plate of the capacitor. So I can write this is Q naught by C. Otherwise you take Q by C, then Q by C is the potential, and this is minus L di by dt. L di by dt is equal to 0. What is the EMF induced in the inductor? L di by dt, that is equal to 0. Okay. Now current is equal to, I is equal to dq by d, because charge is changing, dq by d, dq by dt. As charge is decreasing, I will write this as minus dq by dt. Okay. As charge is decreasing, I will write minus dq by dt. Now I want di, that means I have to differentiate this again. So what you will get, di is equal to minus d square q by dt, dt square. Okay. This you have to double differentiate this. This you can substitute here. So you can substitute q by c minus L into minus dq square by dt, dt square is equal to 0. You will get this is equal to 0. Now this you can write it as q by c plus L dt square is equal to 0. Now this I can change it in the form of this, I can change q by LC plus by t square is equal to 0. This you can compare with your simple harmonic motion. In simple harmonic motion, there is one formula, y by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0, omega square y is equal to 0. This is the equation of simple harmonic motion. If you observe here, in place of y you are having q here, that means charge is oscillating in this LC oscillation. Charge initially it was maximum, then reaches 0, again reaches minimum, again reaches 0, again reaches maximum. So this is what about LC oscillation. From this you can calculate omega also. Omega is equal to what you will get, 1 by root LC. This is the value of omega. This is the value of omega. Okay. That means charge is changing with respect to time. At time t is equal to 0, charge was maximum. At time t is equal to 0, charge was maximum and reaches 0, reaches minimum, again reaches maximum, again reaches maximum, again reaches 0. This is the condition. And this equation will get one formula, that is y is equal to a sin omega t. So we don't know whether it is starting from origin or not oscillation. That's why we can take q is equal to q naught sin omega t plus phi, and q is equal to q naught at time t is equal to 0. Put time t is equal to 0, then q naught is equal to q naught sin phi you will get. Then phi you are going to get 90 degrees, pi by 2. Therefore, charge equation I can write it as q is equal to q naught cos omega t. This if you differentiate, you will get current. Current I is equal to q naught omega sin omega t. That means here current is maximum, means charge becomes 0. When charge is maximum, current becomes 0. So this is the condition of LC oscillation. So in LC oscillation, charge is varying with respect to time. This is the graph of charge with respect to time. When time t is equal to 0, charge was maximum q naught, then again reaches 0, again reaches minus q naught, again reaches 0, again reaches plus q naught. This is the condition. So this is all about LC oscillation. LC oscillation, charge varies with respect to time as a function of q is equal to q naught cos omega t, I is equal to q naught omega sin omega t. And in this we will consider that energy is conserved. How energy is conserved means when there is no resistance in the circuit and no radiations are left in the form of electromagnetic waves, then energy is conserved. Energy first associated with capacitor converts to inductor, again from inductor capacitors and capacitor to inductor. Like this energy goes on. Electrical energy converted into magnetic energy is converted into electrical energy. Like that energy goes on oscillated. And for idealistic condition, that is when inductor and capacitor are ideal, we can consider that energy is also conserved. When it is with capacitor, it is electrical energy. When it is with inductor, it is magnetic energy. So electrical energy is converted into magnetic energy is converted into electric energy without any loss. And the thing which is varying in case of LC oscillation is charge. When charge associated with capacitor was maximum, current in inductor was 0. Okay. And this q naught omega is the peak value of current. Sometimes they will ask in the question, find q naught, find the peak value of current, that is q naught omega, and omega you will get 1 by root LC, 1 by root LC you will get. And if you compare this to simple harmonic motion, you can calculate the value of k. If you can calculate the value of k in simple harmonic motion, what you will get, omega is equal to under root of k by m. So if you compare with that, you can calculate the value of k also. So what is the constant which is opposing this? Okay, this is all about LC oscillations.